Are we on the verge of becoming cyborgs? Or are we finally about to cure degenerative brain diseases? Your brain is the most complex structure in the known universe. It calculates world-altering ideas and manages extremely complex motor skills. And it does all of that powered by nothing more than a sandwich and a cup of coffee. Compare that to modern artificial intelligence. To process information at scale, AI requires massive data centers that consume the same amount of power and more as a mid-sized country. This split-screen comparison chart lays out our current processing reality. On the left, we see towering server racks glowing red with heat. It takes millions of these artificial neurons to perform basic tasks that the tiny organic neural cluster on the right handles effortlessly. Mimicking the brain's efficiency is more than a medical ambition. We need to match its architecture if we want to keep our global energy grid from buckling under the weight of AI's demands. If we can bridge the gap between biology and machinery, the medical implications are massive. We could physically merge tech and human tissue to repair spinal cord injuries or treat conditions like Alzheimer's. But we have a major hardware problem. Traditional silicon chips are rigid, static, and stiff. The biological environment inside your head looks like this. It is a liquid, highly dynamic, and three-dimensional space. Trying to plug a flat, stiff silicon chip directly into that wet, shifting network of cells is functionally impossible. It's like trying to plug an HDMI cable into a potato. Before we can discuss medical upgrades, we need a physical translator that can bridge these two completely alien environments. Researchers at Northwestern University realized that forcing silicon into the human body was a dead end. They decided to abandon rigid materials entirely and look toward flexible electronics. They found their solution in a nanomaterial called molybdenum disulfide, or MOS2. This material is incredibly light, essentially a flat sheet of molecules measuring only a single atom thick. The team mixed these MOS2 flakes into a liquid solution and used a specialized printer to spray circuits directly onto flexible plastic. When an electrical current runs through this printed circuit, it creates a tiny hot path. That heat causes the artificial neuron to flip its electrical behavior, mirroring how organic neurons operate. By swapping solid metal for a printable, heat-reactive ink, scientists have created hardware with the physical flexibility required to sit inside a living human body. Standard artificial neurons possess first-order complexity, functioning as basic on-off switches. But printed MOS2 neurons achieve second-order complexity, transforming into a steady rhythm, like brain cells maintaining balance. Finally, third-order complexity accelerates into tight clusters of spikes, controlling rhythmic walking movements. With the firing rhythms perfected, the researchers wired these flexible, printed MOS2 neurons directly to living mouse brain cells. The organic mouse cells instantly recognize the synthetic signals. The living cells and the printed electronics actively communicated with each other in real time. Because the printed neurons fire at the right timescale and with the right spike shape, synthetic hardware and living brains are speaking the same language. This biological compatibility also addresses the massive power drain in modern AI. This bottleneck is the memory wall. Traditional computers waste enormous energy constantly shuttling data across a physical gap between a central processor and separate memory. But biology avoids this entirely. In a human neuron, the processor and memory are the exact same thing. These new printed neuromorphic chips mimic that structure. They process information right where it lives, bypassing the memory wall and eliminating the heat and wasted power of traditional data movement. To handle the escalating demands of big data, the solution isn't building bigger computer banks, it's printing circuits that compute the way we do. We can also turn this printable tech inward, applying it directly to the human body. Because the components are suspended in a printable liquid, we can embed high-speed, brain-like processors onto flexible medical bandages or smart clothing, allowing for real-time integration with our nervous systems. Researchers have already created a working, retina-inspired synthetic circuit. By adding a printed light sensor, they built an artificial neuron that changes its firing rate based on brightness, mimicking the cells in the back of the human eye. The ultimate goal is to use these flexible bridges to bypass neural damage from Alzheimer's, or to wire prosthetic limbs directly into a wearer's brain. Seamless neural integration isn't waiting on a breakthrough in traditional silicon. It's already being sprayed onto plastic film from a specialized ink printer. Would you be willing to upgrade or heal your own brain using printed neural circuits?